right, we're heading into the playoffs,
Here we
coming off
come.
of a win versus the Jets. Sunday, how we feeling? Any sort of big takeaways from that game?
Not really. It was just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved watching Mitch. He was
Yeah.
slinging it. He looked great.
Yeah.
hmm
It was
Um,
like give some credit to Mitch
yeah,
for sure.
I've seen some cool stuff about just him, helping people reach their incentives and
Yeah.
being a really great team player. So that's, I think, really my only. I mean, the game was fun to watch. I don't really have much to say as far as like true criticisms or um like skill highlights, just because it was, our second string and um against the Jets defense. But I think my highlight of the game is Mitch.
Yeah, I agree. I wanted to give credit where credit was due to Mitch. In going off of what you were saying about the incentives, Dawson Knox, I believe, hit a couple with the touchdown, and then he also needed 7 receiving yards. And then Ty Johnson with 2 touchdowns and 57 receiving yards. So um yeah, it was fun to kind of like, know that they needed those incentives and sit there and be like and wait for him to hit. That was kind of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I also wanted to give credit to the second string, just in general, but especially the D line. I thought that they looked pretty good as well. I mean, granted, it was the Jets, but looked good.
yeah, it was fun to watch. Fun, good game.
For sure. And after last week, James Cook wins the rushing title.
Yeah.
So that was exciting as well.
Period. Yeah, very
Yeah.
exciting. We actually have a special guest this week, a in-person real live account of the last game at Highmark Stadium. My mom is going to be joining us shortly to tell us a little bit about that.
Yes.
Yes, very exciting. Our first guest.
All right. Say
Yay.
Hey!
Hello. Thanks for having me.
ah.
There's no
Okay.
place I'd rather be than right here, right now.
Period. I know that's right. Tell us a little bit about how things were on Sunday. Just kind of the vibes going into the stadium. Like, did they do anything special? I know that they had like the legend of the game there. I just want to kind of hear about your experience.
It was, certainly wonderful. When we approached just the stadium area, we were a little nervous because all the parking lots were full, and we're like, oh gosh, what did we get ourselves into? But in the end, we were able to park a little further away than we wanted to. So then you start walking, and I just wanted you to picture it as, just the excitement that happens as you're approaching the stadium, and just people are all friendly and talking to each other, they're walking through the parking lots with their, 12 packs of beer or, whatever it was. So that was always fun to see who's doing that. There were a couple different snow sculptures that were fun to see along the way. I've got some pictures that hopefully Kayla can share at some point.
Yeah.
And so one of Josh Allen. Sorry, I think most of our heads are in the way of Josh Allen's. And then a really cool one that said, what is it, 19? Oh gosh, 73 through 2025. And that was a really cool one. And people are, of course, just gathering around and taking pictures in front of that. And so I'll take your picture if you take mine. It's just fun, you know, camaraderie and everybody just cheering everybody on. And then the closer you get to the stadium, now all the pathways, because of all the snow, you're just crammed in there with people left and right. I saw my first, I think, official table smasher.
Nice.
Wow.
Like I've heard the legend or whatever, but part of me always thought it was just kind of this, silly little urban myth. But some guy climbs up on a 4 foot snowbank, and he's got his shirt off, and he's all hooting and hollering, and so everybody all gathered around. And to be honest with you, I couldn't see the table smashing part because there were so many people ahead of me. But you see him just fly off the snowbank and smash into the table. We stopped and got a couple of boozy pudding shots to add to the
Nice.
mood. So that was fun. Yeah, I just love all those tables and people selling all their Bills gear and all the Josh Big Boop Allen, shirts and all that stuff.
Did you get one?
No, I did not get one.
Oh, come
You look great. You
on.
could have wore it on the
I
pod
could
today.
have, yeah. I guess I'll take my bitch ass home.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
So then, we get right into the, now we're ready to enter into the stadium and things really bogged down. But again, just a great feeling of excitement. We get into the stadium, find our seats, and just all the fanfare on the field with they bring out the snorting buffaloes and the flags that I think represent the different eras of the Bills, that they were all on the field. That was good fun. And to see the team run out, Josh was last. And, everybody, of course, loses their mind for him. So yeah, it was just so exciting to be there.
How would you say it like, because you've been to games before. Was it like a little bit of like a heightened feeling, do you feel? Or was it, because I mean the energy is the vibes are always pretty good down there, but
Yeah, I feel like the right answer is, oh yeah, it was out of control. And I think yes, in the beginning it was pretty hype. As the game went on, just being that we didn't see our starters playing,
Mhm.
it settled down. And really right before Mr. Brightside was played, which I didn't realize, my ignorance will show here, that's always played at the 2-minute mark. I thought it was at the end of the game.
Mm,
Did you guys know that?
well, it's I knew that it was not played at the end of the game, but I think it also depends on I think at the 2 minute mark if we're winning. Like we did not hear Mr.
Oh,
Brightside. Oh, 2 weeks ago. We did not hear.
okay. That makes sense.
Mhm.
That makes sense. Okay, right.
Yeah.
So at that point, like before the 2-minute morning, we're all just kind of like, wow,
Mhm.
this is a really quiet stadium. Now the good news is everybody was still there. And I'm sure you guys have seen some of the things on the socials with, 10 minutes after the game was over and the stadium was still full of people.
That's cool.
So people did not leave as they typically do. Um, but it was pretty quiet. And then Mr. Brightside was played and people started to lose their minds again. And then, after the game was over, it was fun just to see which Bills kind of just exited right away. Some Bills just kind of stayed around and they're just kind of like looking into the stands, like trying to, soak it all up. And that was cool. Again, being that I'm not a season ticket holder, I'm sure some of it was lost on me, but I did catch a couple of glimpses of like people going to leave and just really embracing the person behind them and like just these are probably people who became friends right there in those seats, and now those seats will probably be different in the new stadium.
Yeah.
Rachel, my friend who has season tickets, said it was very teary in her section as people were saying goodbye to each other.
Oh, that's cool. And then I know
It
that
was,
Iris was the last song they played, right?
I think technically it was proud to be an American.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So yeah, I think they did Iris and then Proud to be American, and then I think that's when we left. Fireworks went off, and that was cool. And even as we were leaving the stadium and like well into the road, I'm guessing somebody local was doing their own personal fireworks. So that's kind of fun
Wow.
too.
Cool.
That one of the videos you sent us was that I think it was right at the end of the game. It seemed like there was a pretty good like amount of cheering. Was one of those videos.
I should have reviewed the videos right before we spoke. It could have been yes at the right end of the game. There was some good cheering at one point. Oh gosh, and I think it was at halftime. They brought out a bunch of the legends, like all the
Yeah.
former Bills. They all gathered at the 50-yard line. That was cool. Of course, having Steve Tasker and Thurman Thomas as the legends of the game, that was really neat. The announcers definitely underscored the where else would you rather be than right here, right now. You heard that a couple of times, and of course, that always gets you going.
Mm-hmm.
All the videos that were played were actually right from the YouTube documentary. So if anybody's feeling like they missed out, the good news is you can watch all the videos that were played in the stadium because it all came from that documentary.
That's cool.
Cool.
So that's cool for people who weren't there. I found a little bit like, oh, I thought there'd be more,
Yeah,
but again, maybe I did it to myself because I watched that documentary that morning.
sure.
Mm, yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Cool.
certainly no regrets about going. It was really, really, really great to be there. Really great to say that we were there. And I'm sorry, I meant to grab. I can go get it if you want. I got the coin.
Oh, you did?
Did you get the towel?
Yes, I meant to grab
Oh,
that.
cool.
Sorry. Should I go get it?
That is
Yeah,
cool.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was I was worried that you wouldn't have gotten one.
Yeah, I
Yep.
I saw that. All right.
Okay, let's see it.
So we walk in and we got this coin.
Wow.
And it comes in a little pouch
Ooh.
saying oh yeah, I was there.
That's cool.
And it's a nice heavy duty coin with a picture of the stadium.
So cool.
Yeah.
So that was
White or
really neat. I
silver?
was, pardon me?
Is it white, like the background white or silver?
Silver.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
Um, they did some really neat giveaways. Probably 4 different times throughout the game, they'd be like, "Hey, thank you to our fans. If you're sitting in one of these seats, you just won a jersey. Come to guest services."
Cool.
ooh,
And I think each time they did that, they gave away 4 jerseys. And at one point, they put up 4 different numbers and said, if your coin is one of these numbers, you've just won a fan pack. Come to guest services.
wow.
And everyone, and again, I'm not sure if it transfers here, but everyone's looking at their card going, I don't have a number. I don't have a number. But yeah, you had to get out your magnifying phone on your phone, magnifying glass on your phone, pardon me. And I can't even find it on here. Oh, it's like right there. It's so teeny tiny. Like even to the point where I saw on social media, people were like, I don't have any number on my card. I'm
I
like, well,
saw
you
that.
gotta zoom in, honey. And then this
Nice.
is the towel. And I love that I'm seeing people have embroidered their
Yes.
seat number in that space.
Cool.
That is
So I'll be doing that at some point.
Nice.
yeah. That's interesting.
So
I thought when I saw those towels online, I thought it had all of them had the 716 on it.
No,
And
that
I
was
didn't realize that it was like blank. So that's cool.
yeah. So yeah, that was really neat. What else did they do? A couple, like I said, just a couple different giveaways that was, neat to see them appreciating the fans. That was really fun.
I know some people did not get a coin or a towel. It seemed like they ran out of coins and
There's a
people
big chatter about that. Somebody's posting that they got 18 of them, and people are all mad about that. People are finding them on eBay for a stupid amount of money.
thousands of dollars. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw there's like a news
Free.
segment on it.
Yeah, I did. I didn't see the news segment, but I heard there was one.
Yeah.
Dang.
Crazy.
Because it was just like when you walked in, they were just passing them to you as you walked
Yeah, how did
in.
it work? Right, when you scanned your ticket, you got the coin, and then you had to go find, you walked a little further in, and there was somebody there. You didn't even know what was going on, but there was a big huddle of people. You're like, oh, what's going on? And then you had to
Yeah.
bust in there and get the towel.
Nice.
Cool. That's fun.
I'm glad
That's
you
great.
got to go, Mom. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was a fun last minute decision, but glad that we did it.
Yeah, Mom, I called my mom on Sunday and you were like she was on the way to the game and I didn't know she was going. Like I'm on my way to Orchard Park. I was like, oh my God. Okay.
I was so nervous to tell all of you guys because I thought you'd be mad.
Oh,
No.
I was really struggling like the night before. I had friends texting me that they were going to the game and I was like, "Ugh, how can I do it?" And then even like that morning I started to get I honestly woke up and was like, oh Deanne Dawkins had written a letter. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh no.
And I read that and I was like, oh, like it really got me and like I was like, I should go. And then as I sat and watched the game, and it wasn't like, I think it would have been harder if the starters were playing
Yeah.
for me, but I sat and watched it and enjoyed it, and it was kind of just like a normal game or whatever, but yeah, I was like more sad than I expected to be the morning of the game and was like, should I like just do it and go or like what do I do? But yeah.
It
Awesome.
was fun to see Mitch, I'll say his last name wrong, but our backup quarterback, to see him do so well. And I was hoping his mom was in the crowd.
We were just talking before you came in about how there's not like many technical highlights or criticisms for us to talk about, but our big takeaway from this game is Mitch Trubisky. He was a good team player and he
Yeah,
did great.
for sure. Nice to see him be successful and to know that we have a deeper bench than I originally thought.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys how were you guys feeling, Maddie and Michaela, the morning of the game?
I
Like
was
were
definitely emotional as well.
yeah.
I was like, I don't know, I think just seeing like content about it on social media and stuff was I was really like hovering over that. But nothing too crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it didn't get to me too much. I think after it's always like the social media stuff that then when people put all the clips together and there's music behind it and there's, I think after the fact got me more just that it was a good game to end it on. Like that was the better part. Like I think I was still a little bit like in the morning when I woke up, I was like, okay, but we still better like I know that there's no pressure to win today, but like we can't blow it. Like we can't
Yeah.
lose drastically to the Jets in the last game in the stadium. Like so that was more where I was at in the morning.
I'm guessing you guys know that the Bills versus Jets was the first game played there as well.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
I heard that. I also heard a take on like some people were saying, oh, it'd be really cool if there was a playoff game like in the stadium, but someone was commenting on how like this was a really like nice, solid ending and we were able to like know that this was the ending and like enjoy it as the
Yes.
ending rather than it like not really knowing and whatever. So I would
Yeah,
agree with that.
yeah, they have a different feeling at the end. After a playoff game, might have been a whole different
Yeah,
emotional
yeah.
ride.
Yeah, if it had been like lost, that would be
Yeah.
terrible. So, yeah, that exactly. So, um, do you guys have any favorite memories in Highmark Stadium that you would like to share? Does anybody have one?
I honestly I haven't been to that many games there.
Yeah.
Really?
I only went to last week's game
Yeah.
or the week before, so I think that was also part of it. That's what I was gonna say too, and talking about like getting emotional. I feel like I haven't had many memories of myself like in the stadium to get like emotional about like not going there. I'm grateful that we were able to go, but yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I think my stories would be short. I mean, I have like a compilation. I went to a game with Nalia, our friend who my mom was talking about earlier, is Rachel, Rachel's daughter. We went and sat in their seats one time, and tailgating with them was fun. And um, went with lost my train of thought. I don't know. I think our game was fun. Obviously, we had a good time, despite the rain. It's just fun to
Mhm.
be together and to get to experience that.
Maybe I have to send a picture. I don't know if you even remember. We went to a game when you were probably, I don't know, if you were 8 years old.
Yeah, I don't remember that. You will have to send
Yeah,
me
I'll send
a
you a
picture.
picture. That'd be kind of fun to see, I think. In addition to seeing the Bills there, I did see Billy Joel and Elton John. So that's a cool memory.
Yes. I was
And
also
go
reflecting on concerts too.
Mm.
going to this game, it was just a whole different experience than the games I've experienced with you guys because, for me, it's always been get up early and do all the tailgating food. And like we got there just in time to, walk in and see all the fanfare before the game. We didn't, tailgate other than that walk in and just kind of check out some of those things. And I'm like, oh, wow, people can just like go to the game and it only takes 4 hours. Normally it's like a 12-hour event for me. So my memories are more centered around the, you know, all the nonsense that happens at the tailgate beforehand,
Mhm.
which is all positive fun memories as well.
Um, Maddie, how many games have you been to?
Probably 5 or 6. However many I do remember going 1 or 2 times when we were sitting in the club seats. I remember that because we would go, and I just remember like being fascinated by the warmers. I think that was like not useful enough to like think about even anything more than that. And then I went once, I know, with a friend of mine in middle school, I think, and then 2 or 3 games as an adult, I think probably. That's it.
How about
I,
you, Abby?
I was thinking about, also been, I think I've also been to five, and then I've been to Luke Holmes. I went to George Street this summer, and then I was in there for the Hallmark movie too, which was like
All
a
right.
different experience because it was empty mostly, so that was different too. Yeah, I was thinking about my first game was back in like 2015 to 2016, I think, and I was in the club seats, and um I went with my dad and Uncle Slappy and Drew. And I remember like sitting there and being like everyone just sat there quietly. And I was kind of like, I want to be down there with those people who are like having fun. So I was just kind of like thinking about my like full circle. Then my last game was also with my dad and you guys
Mhm.
um down there in the thick of it, being the crazy fans and just like how much my fandom has even evolved since then and like how much more I know because I kind of just I don't know. I wanted to get into football and I knew that I wanted to into football, but I didn't. It's not like yeah, I just like automatically absorbed everything and knew everything in that moment. And I think Tyrod Taylor, I think, was the quarterback then, maybe. So it was just like a whole different era, whole different experience. Like even though I mean, we've sort of like been Bills fans all our lives, I guess technically, but like I have like cognizant memory of when I like chose to be a Bills fan and what my first game was like and just like how far it's come from then. And then I chose to be a Bills fan even in the thick of like, things were still not good. So, I don't know. That's what I was just like thinking about my own like full circle moment to yeah, be able to go with my dad again and stuff and hopefully we'll all go together in the new one too.
That has me thinking about not a memory in the stadium, but a memory in Buffalo related to the Bills. I think it was in 2021 or 2020. Yeah, it must have been 2021, I guess, when they won the AFC East for the first time in a while. And me and my mom and dad drove down to City Hall and did like a loop around there. And there was like so many cars. It was so busy. And we just like wanted to be like where everybody else was. So they like lit up City Hall in blue and red and that kind of stuff. So
And
just,
it was 11:30 at night, like, right? I mean,
yeah.
because it's after the game we did that. Yeah, like, let's
Yeah.
go. And, that area of Allentown had become Josh Allentown. And yeah,
Yeah.
people were out of their minds. That was so fun.
So I think that's kind of a cool anecdote to know too, that it's not just, those memories aren't just in the stadium. There's a lot of that community and the excitement just in the city of Buffalo itself. So
Yeah. And I think that was kind of like one of my questions was like what has the stadium meant to Buffalo and Bills fans? And I think it just like the fact that we even have an attachment to a stadium feels like so silly to me sometimes when I stop and think about it. But it's just like, I don't know. A lot of people talk about um yeah, just all the different people that they've watched games with, the people that they've become friends with, like the bleachers, like that's not super common, I guess, in other stadiums. And just like I think that the stadium was pretty reflective of the Buffalo community in ways. And I think people are a little nervous about like what the new spaceship looking stadium means and if people will be able to afford it and all that stuff.
Go ahead,
I'm
Mom.
guessing some of those familiar, Elvis and some of the familiar fans, they're gonna make themselves known in the new stadium. So where you might have known where to look for him, and at Highmark, you're gonna know where to find those iconic fans in the new stadium as well.
Yeah.
I was One more thing I have to say, then I'll stop talking. Sorry. Um, when I was watching the documentary on YouTube, and it was Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas and Steve Tasker reminiscing about just those glory years. It came back to me that I had gone to a Monday night game when I was in college. And so that would have been like 1991 or whatever, right as they had broken the drought. And, again, very much I can't even call myself a fan at that point. I lived in Buffalo, but did not follow the Bills at that time. I think I grew up thinking the Bills stunk, and it was more of a I've got to like them, but I didn't really understand the whole fan part. And I was like, wait a minute, I was there. I was there when I can't say I was there when they broke the curse, but I was definitely there in those years when I was in Buffalo all those years. I went to the Super Bowl, and again, what a cool time just to have that whole city just lose their minds over that possibility and that excitement, and just waiting for that to happen again this year is so great.
Yeah. Period.
Well, thanks so much for coming on, Mom. We really appreciate having that kind of insider scoop on that game. I think obviously somewhere that we would all rather be because where else?
Mhm.
Well, certainly I have to pay, true respect to the people who have been the dedicated, season ticket holders for all those years. And I feel a little bit like a poser, just going to that last game, but it was a special place to be and fun to share with you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You.
thank you.
Go Bills.
Yeah, go
Go
Bills.
Bills.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All
Well,
right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
should we head into tailgate talk?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maddie was pulling up the injury report.
Okay.
Don't even tell me about Wednesday. I just hope it's better today. Just
Okay.
give me Thursday. It's all I can handle.
Let's start with Thursday. It's a long list. I will say
Oh,
that.
oh,
I'm looking at the comparison between the Bills injury report and the Jaguars
oh.
injury report. And the Bills injury report is like 3 times as many people as the Jaguars injury report.
I
Uh,
can't take it.
Not looking good, but it's Thursday. Let's start with our did not practice today.
I'm scared.
Terrell Bernard, Maxwell Hairston, sadly, Ty Johnson, and Josh Palmer did all did not practice today.
Okay.
Those are some big names, so that's a little concerning.
yeah.
Limited practice today. We had DeMar Hamlin.
Oh yeah. I forgot about
Really
That-
excited.
not thrilled.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of big reaction with no explanation there for a second.
His 21-day window opened
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah, yay. Um, no hate, no hate. Just all love. Okay. DeMar Hamlin, limited practice. Daquan Jones, limited practice. Dalton Kincaid, limited practice.
Figures.
Jordan Poyer, right? Yeah, right. Jordan Poyer and Shaq Thompson were also limited practice today. All right, moving on to full practice. This is good.
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 Josh Allen,
Ah!
Cole Bishop, Joey Bosa, Cam Lewis, Matt Milano.
Mm.
Matt
Oh.
Prater was a full practice today.
Okay.
Okay.
And so was TJ Sanders.
Okay. 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 Okay.
It's a
Um,
long list, but I feel like it's pretty evenly spaced out. Like I feel like I feel like there's not as many did not practice as there are limited and full. And I think limited and full are pretty split down the middle. So
Yeah.
it's okay. It's a long list, but it's optimistic, I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just hope that they, you know, it's just kind of are on the better end of things because I don't know, don't want anything. You want them to be pretty healthy going into playoffs, so
Yeah.
it's a little scary. Don't want them to get hurt.
Especially, I hate seeing Josh up there. I think that's
Yeah.
making me really nervous, which I know we'll talk more about playoff picture shortly, but just everything I'm reading about expert picks and stuff for the playoffs basically say that Buffalo's hopes are riding on Josh Allen. And if we don't have a healthy Josh Allen, I don't feel my best. So
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing that we can do, you know. We've been battling injuries all season, so I guess it's nothing new. Um, I feel a little bit better that Prater was full practice. Dalton Kincaid he will probably play, I would assume, but he's been like glass all season.
Mm.
Um, if Dalton Kincaid were to not play for some reason, that would not be good. Hope Jordan Poyer. I hope we see him. Um, Ty Johnson, I don't know what's going on there. That's not great. But we have Ray and Cook, obviously. So I don't know. Time will tell, I guess. Try to not get myself too worked up.
don't get too worked up. Deep
Yeah.
breath.
I'm a little bit worked up. Um,
Well, when our injury report is a mile long, I think it's fair to be a little bit worked up. But
yeah. On the topic of injuries, should Maxwell Harrison had been in the game still at the point of injury on Sunday, do you think?
can you remind me when in the game
Yeah, I
he
was gonna
was
say what.
pulled? A
I believe it was
lot of fireball shots.
I believe it was fourth quarter.
Oof. No,
Then no.
It was definitely the second half of the game.
I don't think so. I don't know why we had any of our starting guys, big playmakers out there that late.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, Harrison has come up with some pretty huge plays for us. So even if he's not like technically considered one of our front runners, he's still important. And
He showed off this his rookie season, I'd say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of, which we didn't cover this yet, but maybe it's not a big deal. But Keon Coleman was in this game
Mm-hmm.
after not playing for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't
Yeah.
shocking though, because they didn't play the starters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And
were talking about that here too, just about like what that means as far as his standing on the team. And I think it's pretty clear that they're not worried about him being injured for playoffs, basically.
yeah.
They haven't been playing him, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It'll be more interesting to see if he is on the uh
And
active roster, yeah, this week.
Yeah.
Monday.
yeah, I don't feel very confident about his future with the team, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I will be anxiously awaiting that list of inactives and the injury report, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is full show.
Let's talk about other notable things.
Yeah, was there anything like off the field this week?
I think one thing that I've been monitoring it not super closely, but just have been interested to see the notifications come through. Obviously, entering into postseason, there's been a lot of things going on with other teams, like staffing changes.
Yeah.
Really interesting to see who's losing their jobs.
Yeah.
Mike Daniels got fired today.
Yep. So I think let's see. I can't even think of an exhaustive list. I know it's just like every single day, every few hours, I feel like I get an NFL notification that says somebody fired their head coach or their offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Dolphins head coach was most recent on that list, I think.
Which we could talk about staffing changes, but I don't want to do that yet.
Not yet. No, it's not time for that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really all I have for off the field stuff. I just think that's been kind of interesting to see.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about the James Cook. Um, I think there's just been some kind of off the field, like the Bills have put out some really good videos. I feel like throughout the week there was a good video that they posted about like the last game at Highmark, uh, like highlights from that. So everyone should go watch those. Of course, when you're done watching this.
Yeah, there are some like the playoff social media stuff is like definitely picking up, I would say.
Mm.
Um, do you guys want to talk about, do you guys have strong feelings about games? Do you want me to go through like starting on Saturday and saying who your pick is? What are you guys thinking as far as that? Or do we just want to?
Um, I don't know that I have like a super unbiased, well-informed pick for most of the other games. I'm excited to watch and to see how the bracket fills in, but I don't have strong feelings about anything at this point. And the ones I do have strong feelings about, I don't have like the Chargers versus the Patriots. Obviously, I want to say that I want the Chargers to
Yeah.
win. It's like anything that I would say is not going to be like a real reliable source of information. It's just going to be how I feel. So
Yeah, it's just like gut instinct. I went
not
through it
even
earlier.
what I
I was
want.
like able to go through them so quickly and be like, yeah, this is who I think is gonna win.
Okay.
That sends us into looking ahead to this week. Are we ready?
I'm
I
ready.
have some what I think is notable information to share, if you don't mind.
Sure, please.
Um, so the big talk is that the Jags have the home field advantage and they are on fire. 8-game win streak right now. However, I was looking at, who they played in that 8-game win streak, and the only teams that were notable to me and are playoff teams that they have beat are the Broncos and the Chargers.
Mm.
Um, other than that, it was something that's weird. Other than that, it was you know, the Titans a couple times, Cardinals, teams that are not in the playoffs. However, with this season the way it is, who knows?
Yeah.
The big storyline is also that this is our time. We have the most playoff experience. People like to talk about how Mahomes and Jackson and
Burrow.
Burrow are not in there.
I think that's such bullshit, first of all.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think that
Very-
that whole storyline of this being the easiest year for the Bills is so stupid because yes, we've lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs historically, and it's been like Mahomes versus Allen, but like that, like Mahomes is not literally not even a factor this year. Like there's not even like I don't know. It's not just because they're not there doesn't mean that things are easy. I think that this is one of the like most competitive and like like expect the unexpected kind of seasons in the NFL that I've seen in my time, like in recent history.
Yeah. I wanted to like bring up that storyline because, well, for one, that's what it is. That's the storyline. But agree very much with you that I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And I think that um when you take the storyline that you mentioned earlier of, you know, the team is riding on Josh Allen for the playoffs, and you take, oh, this is the easiest that they've ever had it. What happens if, God forbid, we lose in the playoffs? You know what's going to happen? Let the Josh Allen slander, fraud. That's what they're setting. It feels like to me that that's what they're setting him up for.
Yeah.
Is for them to, for the announcers, reporters, whatever, to go on tangents about how Josh Allen is a fraud. And that's just not, there's no I in team, guys.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, very much agree with that.
Yeah, it's also frustrating that I mean, we've been saying all season that, he doesn't look fantastic anymore because he doesn't have a fantastic team around him. Like Bills fans were begging for roster changes before the trade deadline. Like we needed stuff and we didn't get it. He didn't get it.
Mhm.
And so how could he carry a team? I don't know. It's that's a frustrating narrative.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Very much agree. Very much.
So we'll see. I think that's such a frustrating thing to say that like we have an easy path in the playoffs because I don't think that there is an easy path this year.
I agree.
I think it's really hard. It's really competitive. I think we don't have an easy path, and our team is not as good as it's been in previous playoff
Yeah.
year.
I was gonna say that I don't think they've been, if people are saying that, they are not watching the Buffalo Bills
Yeah.
like closely this year because we're beating ourselves. Like we're not playing very well a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I'm nervous. It's not really like setting in yet. When I think about it, my stomach hurts. But if I don't think about it, I'm okay, which means that like Saturday night into Sunday, I'm gonna be like a mess.
Yeah. Typically at this time, I feel like in playoffs, I'm thinking about it every day and I'm like, oh shit, like it's I don't know. It's gonna hit me hard on Sunday. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That is for sure. And I mean, I don't I think I guess like to continue some of my like what we should be aware of, the Jags have a very strong receiving core. And the Jags defense allows the fewest rushing yards per game in the NFL, and that scares me. That scares the shit out of me. And a lot of the predictions are like a 3-point game.
Hmm.
So I do not anyone that anyone that's a Bills fan, I don't think is walking into this like, oh yeah, we got it. I have not heard that from a Bills fan. Some people are like, oh yeah, Jags. Some people are like, easiest, best case scenario. And it's like, I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
I think it will be a very close game.
I think it'll be a close game too. And I was looking at those same stats today just about the defense, the Jags defense and their how they do against a run game. And it does make me nervous too.
Scary.
I have some things that I would like to see.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay. Um, I would like to see Cook, Johnson, hopefully. Um, why did I write that? Cook, Johnson, and Ray Ray and Josh Allen involved in the rushing game. I think that we need a really strong offensive line to make that happen. Um, I think that we really need Cole Bishop to show up. Come out wherever you are, Cole. I hope you've been taking a nice little rest because, I mean, if they have a good wide receiver core, like, we need you. So, I'd really like to see at least one interception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really hoping
Uh,
for an interception on the Jets game, and we didn't get any.
Yeah.
yes. So, like, our defense, let me say it explicitly into the universe. Our defense needs an interception.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and not the other way around.
Yeah. Clarify that.
Um, yeah. I think with Dalton Kincaid, I think we'll be okay. Um, I'd like to see him involved. I'd like to see Josh Allen run game. Um, yeah. I hope it's not as close as like they're predicting. I'm going to personally predict a full touchdown and not 3 points.
Mm.
Be nice.
Um, but that's that's my thoughts. And then we just hope for the best, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with you. I appreciate your emphasis on the run game, but I don't think that like we were saying, we could rely on that. So I guess I'm hopeful that we'll have some really stellar performances by our tight ends and whatever wide receiver we can get, depending on who's not injured.
Yeah.
Um,
You guys think Gabe Davis will have a step out playoff performance?
I hope so.
Anything we can get.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks,
That'd
we
be
got
good.
him there for a
Yeah.
reason. Of course, Shakir.
Shakir, yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. That'd be very nice.
Hoping they can spread it out enough to kind of stupefy the Jags defense and get some good gains. Because yeah, I think the run game is going to be pretty stopped up.
Haven't anybody have strong score predictions at this point in time?
I just had one that came to me. I'm going to say 21-17 Bills.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I have one. I just want it to be. I agree with it if it's a like a touchdown in between, that would be better than 3 points for sure.
I think that it's going to be 21-14 Bills. Um, I feel more encouraged by our defense, especially after watching the Eagles game.
Mm,
I
that's a good.
think much earlier in the season, I mean, I still, don't get me wrong, always have a little bit of hesitancy with this team just because you never know what you're gonna get. But I think I know that they are capable of holding a team to 14 points, where I would not have said that with confidence much earlier in the season. So that's where I'm sticking to my 14. My 21, I think we're gonna get Kincaid, Allen, and Gabe Davis.
I like it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Sweet.
I don't know. I hope that we are meeting again next week and having a grand old conversation and talking about the next week. That's really what I hope.
Me too.
I
So,
agree.
time will tell.
Yep.
And yeah.
All right. I put my hat back on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No final thoughts?
I don't think so.
I think so.
All right.
Thanks for watching as always.
Here we go. Playoff season.
Yep.
It's here. Cannot believe it. I cannot believe that the regular season is over.
I know.
Yeah.
It is crazy. Buckle up, folks.
Yeah,
Wild ride.
for real.
Wild card weekend. Let's hit it.
All
Yeah.
right.
Be good.
Do good.
God bless.
And
And
go
Go
Bills.
Bills.
Bills. Woo. Eat that shit up.